like this. Go. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, oh well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. Hope my girl could forgive me living life like a star. I already bottom sitting like I walked on the scene. Homicide damage with the pills. Young nigga came up still running from the system. Caught his homeboy stealing out the pack, so he clipped him. Been feeling down, need somebody for the lift. He been fighting with his girl cause he said it down feel him. Mama said that he got drugs in his system. New image old me, so they miss him. How the fuck I supposed to act with my father in the prison? Tell another nigga listen back then, I ain't listen. Real player with some young niggas round me, crib. With some old heads out of jail, leave a nigga miss. Lot of money, but they still don't understand how I'm living. From the streets to the can, either way I'm living. I'ma rip a nigga up 1 second in a minute. Tell a nigga hit me up if he really got tension. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, oh well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. Hope my girl could forgive me living life like a star. What I say? Press the button and the door open up. Let my nigga out the whip. Ain't no shooting out the rave. Got the back and the front sold up. Tell him spin around the block right before you catch a play. Came home, started selling AA. Got some dog food on me with some act in the case. Got a K right in my home if you ran in my place. Put a bullet in his dome once it exit his face. On my knees, praying to God, telling him I'm going home if I don't live up to going hard. One night I ain't go home, girl, acting crazy cause she mad that I'm living like a star. Bitch, I'm straight up out them trenches, I ain't never had a heart. And I'm plugged in the socket, I ain't never had a car. And you want the fancy things, so you better play your part. Told that bitch you don't work, then I swear you gon' starve. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, oh well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. Hope my girl could forgive me living life like a star. Like a star, yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bookit Sports community and around the world. Hopefully everyone got some shut-eye last night. Hopefully everyone saw what happened in sports. Unfortunately, no Lauren on today's episode. She had some things to attend to. So Josh and I are going to attempt to hold it down without her.
We will hold it down.
But I do miss her. We do miss her.
We'll see her tonight on Sweats.
We will see her tonight on Sweats. I'll be on Night Sweats tonight as well. Josh and I are going to cook up something fun for us to do. Might be college football, might be something else. Who knows? We will see, though.
It will be some sort of video game.
Okay.
I would assume.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down for whatever, dude. It doesn't matter to me. Let's just start at the top. We have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, the Oilers lost. The Caitlin Clark situation happened, which I've never gotten more DMs in my life than cannot wait to tune in tomorrow to hear about the Caitlin Clark. So we will get to that at one point.
Good.
Providence College released the preseason schedule. U.S. men's
That's basketball.
national team. Huh?
Basketball?
Mm-hmm.
That came out already?
Oh, yeah, just the preseason.
They play preseason basketball.
Well, they're not playing. It's the schedule.
But there's preseason. I didn't even know they had preseason.
Yeah, it's always like
it's
always like when you play people outside the SEC.
Oh, but it counts as like a real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
the non-con.
Yeah, non-con.
I was like,
yeah,
non-con. Crazy.
Non-con schedule. But let's start at the top. Lost the Prize Picks in devastating fashion. Shout out. Lost the My POD in devastating fashion. Shout out. PCA hit a dong shot. Let's talk about that. Can we get a round of applause for you and Lauren?
Come on. I'll give Lauren credit for that one because she did bring it up and then I kind of jumped on it. But I mean,
she said that PCA was going to have a good day. And then you were like, he might hit a dong shot. And then she was like, he's definitely hitting a dong shot.
Yeah.
And then PCA hit a dong shot as I chirped him in the group chat, which is crazy.
He hit it like 2 minutes before that. He was the batter before you texted that. And I was like,
which is just insane.
Yeah.
We were texting about our Prize Picks lineup last night. Caitlin Clark obviously sold, but there's a lot to talk about in that game other than just the Prize Picks that lost. And I was texting in the group chat because Lauren said that the pitchers combo strikeouts that we took the less than ended up going more than. And I was like, yeah, and PCA's rat, check the real app. He took one to freaking Mars. So
literally
shout out.
Mars. Dude, he hits high fastballs like no other. Like literally, they could be outside the zone. He doesn't give a fuck.
400.
Doesn't give a fuck. He's so good.
And
also, I'm not going to lie. I was getting very upset during that game because Kyle Tucker had 2 doubles and a single and a run. And we were on him. And then I was like, and PCA didn't do anything.
I know he was pooping down
dude,
leg.
Are you kidding me?
He was pooping down leg.
Thank God, though.
We do devour gas station coffee.
Yes, we do. Dude, it's good.
It's so good.
It's good.
If you've never been to a racetrack and never had the coffee, you need to wake up.
It's freshly ground, too. Like, it's grinded.
Freshly ground, dude. I watched them grind it.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's just a grinder above the machine.
You do watch them grind it, though.
You do. Yeah, technically, yeah, on the machine. Yeah. You do see the beans have disappeared.
Yeah, you could see them going down.
Yeah, they go down. PCA hit the dong shot. Trent was in Florida for game 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's just start at game 6.
Was it a game?
This is the only thing that I wrote down for this game. And obviously I'm not a big hockey guy. I'm not going to pretend to act like I know the sport of hockey. I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about either of these teams other than the big names like McDavid, Draisaitl, Bobrovsky, and Matthew Tkachuk. McDavid going goalless again, whether you're a casual, whether you're a serious fan, just can't happen if he wants to separate himself and win a Stanley Cup. Sidney Crosby wouldn't go goalless in 3 games. Ovechkin wouldn't go goalless in 3 games in a Stanley Cup run. Evgeny Malkin, I don't even think would go goalless in a 3-game Stanley Cup run. Even if you are the main focus of the defense and the defense's whole job is just stop that guy, I understand it can be very difficult to score, and he does a lot of things outside of just scoring. I know he has an insane amount of assists. I know he sets up guys on his line phenomenally. But unfortunately, you only win if you score more goals than the other team. And when your team has a goal-scoring problem, which I feel like nobody can deny, the Oilers have a goal-scoring problem this series against the Panthers. The amount of times they spawned down 3, spawned down 2, and had to work their way back, they had a goal-scoring problem. And when your best player is Connor McDavid and he's not scoring goals, that just makes it even harder. You can't rely on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and these other guys on your line to save you when you're down like that, especially in game 6, especially in an elimination game 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't go goalless. And I feel like I don't mind saying it just as a casual hockey fan. If I'm an Oilers fan too, diehard, I'm pissed. I don't think McDavid showed up for the moment. I don't know that he showed up for the biggest moment, which is game 6 elimination in Florida. It was going to be a tough game. It was going to be a tough game. And I feel like that he just did not show up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could say anyone showed up.
Only scoring 1 goal as a team to not show up in an elimination game like that is.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, also, Skinner just like wasn't impressive at all. You can put it on McDavid in the offense too, but like
Skinner Chuck.
When you're down 2-0 at the snap of a finger to start every single fucking game, it's tough to come back. It's tough.
It's impossible.
Like, dude, he didn't even have a good, he might have had one of his better games yesterday. And he still gave up 3 goals.
Also,
on 23 shots.
Also, it's crazy. They interview Matthew Tkachuk, and he says that he was playing through his abductor being pulled off the bone. And I believe in that series, he had 3 goals, 4 assists. Yeah. Connor McDavid didn't score for 3 games. So that's just where I was a little bit in awe. Where you go, okay, Matthew Tkachuk, obviously Radfeld Tkachuk, he's goated, one of the funniest hockey players of all time, just such a little rat. He's playing with his abductor torn off the bone. And it felt like potentially playing harder than guys are fully healthy on the Oilers. And I'm sure they're not all fully healthy. Once you get to this point in the season, everybody's
especially in hockey, dude. These guys are.
But playing through that is crazy.
That is insane. That's Kavanaugh level.
Literally, yeah, Kavanaugh fake hamstring
That
level.
was insane. That was so crazy.
And then 5 words to sum it all up: playoff Bob.
Playoff Bob?
Just enough said. That guy, he is. Could we see a potential 3-peat out of this Florida Panthers team? Because it seems as though they got better from last year when they won it. This was a dominant Stanley Cup win.
It was. It really was. I mean, why not? I don't see why not.
Like, do you think?
I don't really know like their situation with like players and shit, like who's leaving, who they have to pay this year. So I don't know, but I mean, why not? If they have the same core, like Verhaeghe, Tkachuk, Barkov, Bennett, like, why not? Marchand. Is Marchand done or is he still playing?
I
Chat
don't know
would
what
know.
his
Chat would
contract
know.
is, to be honest.
I feel
with
like
you.
he's a guy that's going to be done soon. So I just don't know if he's retiring this year or not.
I also think
he'll have to
the
be.
funniest narrative of the entire series is Corey Perry has now lost 5 out of the last 6 Stanley Cups. I mean,
On
could you
4 different
imagine
teams.
being that close? Like for the 5 out of the last 6 years, you are in the big dance
Mm-hmm.
and losing it every time. If I am a Stanley Cup contending team, this would be my goal. Sign Corey Perry, get to the big dance, because clearly he's the good luck charm to get to the big dance. Cut him right before the series starts.
Do you know who actually might have tried to do that already? The Chicago Blackhawks.
Wow.
We were the one team that he played for that didn't make this.
Wow.
Yep.
But if I'm the Oilers going into that series and I know that history, I'm cutting them before it starts.
Yeah.
I'm cutting them.
I mean, that is incredible. And 4 different teams, dude. Like, it's not like they were all like the same team. He's been on 4 different teams and made 5 Stanley Cups and lost all of them.
Insane.
That's so
truly
bad.
insane levels of.
That's bad. That sucks for him, dude. Has he ever won one?
I'm going to say no.
Has he ever?
Because he was on the
He was in
Moose Shit
Anaheim,
Ducks
right?
forever,
Yeah.
right?
They never won one. Like, I don't think. Stanley Cup wins. Oh, once in his career. Anaheim, 2006. Dude, that was so long ago.
Wow, that is long.
That's so long ago.
That is so long ago.
I didn't even know he's in the league then.
But yeah, it's just tough because I would like to see McDavid get one. I'm not a big hockey fan, but I do like McDavid. I think he's done it the right way, kind of like Crosby, stayed on the Oilers the whole time, hasn't chased a ring. Has kind of been the messiah of hockey since he got drafted and has lived up to it, I feel like, other than being able to close in these big moments. But I think the best part about it is thorns and roses. Kind of tough to see him lose one. The Rose here. Canada now 18-year Stanley Cup drought.
I forgot about that. You know what? Fuck Canada. Come on.
In their own sport, we own you.
Own sport. Owned.
We own you in your own sport, and we will own you
Also-
very soon.
Also, like the most American state. Yeah. One of them. Florida.
Yeah,
One of them.
just
Like, we're going to go down south, the hottest state there is. No fucking ice around, and we beat you. No ice in sight, and we beat you.
and we beat them in their own sport.
Own sport.
It's called hockey. I wish there was like a different name for hockey in Canada than it was in America, so we could be like, it's called hockey. That was my favorite bit
Hulky.
with the U.S. men's
Justin
national
Holkey?
team.
Remember that
being like,
kid?
it's
That
called
kid's
soccer. Which kid?
Justin Hockey. Justin Holkey. He had like a French accent from Canada.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, come on. He's a goat.
Was he goated?
He was a goat.
Dude, you don't have your light behind you. That's what's missing.
My light behind me.
Yeah, I was like, why does Josh look so dark
There's a
today?
light behind me.
The pink one? Oh, all right.
Not the pink one.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just, I mean, the Panthers might just be a wagon. Like, that just might be it. I mean, it was so dominant, dude. It was so dominant.
So dumb.
I think that was
There's
like,
only one game. And there was only like one game. I think that the Oilers looked better than them. Maybe one game. Maybe. Because even that 5-4 overtime win for the Oilers didn't look better, I don't think.
maybe, dude. Literally, maybe. But yeah, I just, I think the headline McDavid doesn't show up again, which is tough.
Look at that.
Sometimes history
Yeah, it
just needs to make itself. And us beating the Edmonton Oilers 5-1 when Canada will soon be the 51st state, it just doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't. It really doesn't get better than that.
It just doesn't get better than that.
That's actually insane.
It actually doesn't get better than that. I can't wait, dude. See,
can't wait.
the war in Iran would be hard for me to get up for. Not even that it would have to be war if they were like, yeah, we just need to go up to Canada and take Canada. I'm going.
We'll settle in Canada if we
I'm
need
go-
to.
I'm going. I'm going.
We can go to Toronto.
I'm crossing that board, dude. I'm coming in blazing. Blazing.
Canadian player had 4 goals. Surely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. But he lives in Florida, so we are indoctrinating him as an American.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a Florida boy now,
Well,
which
dude, if we
he
did it
couldn't
like
be
that,
farther.
not a single team is fucking American. Not a single one.
Except the Knights, they got Jack Eichel. He's as American as he gets.
There's like 1 or 2 on each team that are good. The rest of them are from Europe.
Yeah, it's true. Barkov is from where? Fucking Russia?
I don't know where Barkov's from. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I would actually love to know.
Barkov is from Finland.
Barkov. Sounds like a Russian agent.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, I was scrolling social media this morning and I saw something that kind of goes with what we were talking about yesterday a little bit. And it just, it grinds my gears, Josh. It really grinds my gears. And I don't want to be an upset boy on today's episode. I don't think being an upset boy is fun for the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
But I was an upset boy this morning.
I think I know what you're talking about.
An upset boy this morning, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about yesterday, for those that may not have tuned into yesterday's episode, we talked about yesterday about the embarrassment that is the U.S. men's national team and our golden generation. To be named, Timothy Weah, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, the captain, Captain America. They have all decided to not play in the Gold Cup, even though we are a year away from the World Cup being in our home soil, and even though we have a brand new head coach that has yet to coach him in the national team, and a brand new core of players that are going to have to learn how to play with each other very, very quickly, because you don't get a lot of international practice before a World Cup if you're not playing consistently. And I opened social media today. Obviously, we now have a roster in the Gold Cup, which still matters. If we win a Gold Cup, that's still electric for the country of the United States. It's not a worthless tournament.
No.
We now have a roster of just grinders, of guys that want to play for the country, that want to be there for the country, but none of the names other than Tyler Adams that are included in this golden generation that we have dawned as the saviors of American football, soccer. And I opened social media today, and I love these guys, by the way. I'm a massive Bob Does Sports fan. So don't take this the wrong way. Massive Bob Does Sports fan. But it is embarrassing to me that while we have soccer players from the United States competing in an international tournament, getting ready, sweating, blood, tears, representing our country in another tournament, that our Captain America is playing fucking golf with Bob Does Sports. We are reaching new levels of embarrassment for the state of soccer in America. This is our captain. Instead of learning his new teammates, getting used to a brand new coach who, by the way, could probably make him one of the better players in the world. We're talking about Mauricio Pochettino. Yeah. Made Harry Kane who he is. Made Son who he is on Tottenham. Every guy that you know at Tottenham, guess what? It started from Pochettino. So maybe you could learn a thing or two. And he's out playing golf with Bob Does Sports instead of playing with our team that's competing in an international tournament right now.
As Captain America.
As the captain of the team.
Captain America.
Meanwhile, 40-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo is pushing Portugal to win trophies. Shout out, Coots. Meanwhile, 40-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo is pushing Portugal to win trophies. And listen, it's okay. If you don't want to be Captain America, you don't want to take it seriously, that's fine. But behavior like this is why we are such, shout out Dave, why we are such a joke on the world stage of soccer, and it drives me up a wall. Yeah. It's is it not embarrassing to you as someone that played soccer their whole life? I remember playing soccer. I was never good enough to even get a call or get a letter or even be offered. But when I was playing soccer, the goal was shout out Krabs Bets. With the tier 1 sub, I really want to play for my country. I want to play for the United States of America. I want to wear the badge. I want to play in a World Cup. I want to score a goal and have a country behind me. Playing overseas and playing in England or Italy would be obviously a dream in itself. But the real goal is wow, it's the one sport where you can represent your country in the biggest tournament, and it can bring a country together.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was obviously the main goal. I don't think anyone in the United States really, at least when we were growing up, was really bought into going overseas, because no one really did it. It was more just everyone wanted to be on the national team. I remember we held tryouts for my club for the national team like every year for like 5 years, probably 5 years. And like that was always like the biggest day. Like everyone was locked the fuck in. We had a couple kids that made it too. Like we had one goalie that made it, and he was there for until he was 20, and then ended up getting kicked off the team. But I mean, dude, like, and I talked to him about it. He's like, it is the coolest thing of all time. Like, he moved to Florida. Like, you live with the team. Like, you become like one with the boys.
Dude,
like everyone lives together. It's awesome.
Like, it's unbelievable. And the problem is, this is the problem, Josh. Brady Click, massive fan of the show. Love seeing him in chat every day. Says, guys, it's soccer, ... That's the reason why. The reason why we still have people that are like, dude, it's soccer. Who gives a fuck? Is because guys like Christian Pulisic treat it like they're treating it right now. Yeah, dude, exactly. It doesn't matter if it's the fucking Euroduro Bonburo Cup. Harry Kane's not missing a game for England. It doesn't matter if it's the backyard Euro brawl and it's 2v2. Yeah, literally. If they give a guy like Harry Kane an opportunity to wear the England badge on his chest, he doesn't miss a game. Yeah. And our captain it's not even missing the Gold Cup. It's not taking it seriously for the World Cup, thinking that, oh, when the World Cup comes around next year, I'll dial and lock back in.
If you like that's only way you'd be excusable is if you were good. Like, were you good last World Cup? Like, did you play out of your mind? And then do you have the same coach? Like, if you have the same coach, same team, and you played really well, then maybe. But like, you have a brand new coach. You guys played like shit, and you have done absolutely nothing for the United States so far. So I don't know why you're taking time off.
And I agree with that. They were protesting in Argentina when they lost the Gold Cup, and that's messy, dude. And also with Zay Picks, I think this is also where it's frustrating too. And this might sound like a crazy, maybe taking it too far take for me, but Zay Picks said anything to represent the country, you have to do the 100% effort. There's no other option, because the frustrating part is, I think just for me a little bit, as a soccer fan, but also as someone that definitely really cares about sports and the United States, when you're out there on that field, you're not wearing AC Milan's jersey. Like, you're wearing our flag and you're wearing our badge. And whether you want to feel the weight of it or not, you're representing us. You're representing the guys at home on the couch watching. More so than you are representing AC Milan fans. When you're out there 100%. Playing for the USA, if it's against Trinidad Tobago, if it's against whatever it is.
Well, AC Milan fans aren't rooting for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're rooting for Italy. I'm saying, like, the difference between like putting on your club jersey and your country jersey. So like, you go from representing a fan base to a country where
a city to a country, essentially.
Exactly. And it's just like, I think that's where it's frustrating, where not only are you being selfish for yourself if you're Christian Pulisic, but in a sport where we are trying to maybe gain a little bit more respect, it also is just embarrassing that that's how we're getting represented in the sport of soccer. Dude, every guy on England, Brazil, France is looking at that shit being like, dude, fucking Americans are golfing.
Yeah,
they're golfing. Ronaldo's 40 years old, just won a trophy for Portugal. I don't know if you saw the celebrations, buses, fireworks, going fucking ballistic. And he's 40 years old pushing. Christian Pulisic is in his prime golfing with Bob Does Sports while we have a team competing to win a tournament right now. Not friendlies, it's a tournament where you can finally win a trophy. I don't remember the last time we won. I don't even know if we've won a fucking trophy.
I think we won the Gold Cup 6 years ago.
Like
4 years ago, maybe.
Give me a break, dude.
I think that they won something. They won one smaller tournament with Pulisic and McKinney and them.
40 and pushing Portugal. And we're playing with Bob Does Sports. Like, it has nothing to do with Bob Does Sports, because I love Bob Does Sports. I think they're hysterical.
Like, honestly, it has nothing to do with golf either. It's like the fact that like you are doing an activity like for content, like you are you are doing another job essentially instead 100%. Of like your actual job. Like, that's what pissed me off.
100%.
Like if you like
a great way to put
it. If you had a day off and like you just went to play golf, like that's fine. Like, if you didn't have practice that day, like go play golf, whatever. But like you're out here playing golf for like to make money. Like, you are getting paid off this, I'm sure. Some way. He's getting paid off this some way.
He's getting something
when he could be out there playing with his teammates, like Tyler Adams, who's going to be there next year, right next to him. It makes no sense.
I'll give you a great example. I saw a clip of Josh Hart golfing yesterday. Didn't bother me at all. I looked at his swing. I was like, wow, it's not a bad swing.
Well, because he doesn't have anything to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just,
he has something to do.
it's also just like, dude, it was embarrassing watching the World Cup last 4 years ago and not even being in it.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing watching a World Cup where we're not even in it. And then we have an auto bid because the World Cup is finally at home. And we have a brand new manager, brand new team. And our best core of players are like, nah, actually, I want to break right before the World Cup is about it. If we were 3 years out, I would get it. If we were 3 years out, I still wouldn't love it, but I would get it if you're like, I just need a break. We're a year out. Like these games.
I think this is the last like non-friendly competition that we have
It
until the
is.
World Cup.
It is.
There's nothing else.
It is. And this is like when you're playing against Trinidad and Tobago and you're playing against teams like this is where you actually get chemistry and you can go, okay, we can like try things and we can do things. The last thing you want to do is go, all right, now let's learn how to play each other against fucking France.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. And then they'll bring up like the thing that pisses me off so much about US soccer is they'll bring up these random kids that like have been waiting their entire lives to play on the US soccer team and they'll play well. They'll win games 5-0. There'll be a dude that scores 2-3 goals and then next game he's not on the roster.
Yeah.
Because Christian Pulisic wants to come back.
Yep.
And he hasn't fucking done shit for the team or the country. That's what I hate. It's like they play favorites so much in US soccer and especially like when you're younger. Like if they like you when you're young and you're 15 years old, like if they think you're going to be the next guy when you're 22, like you will be on that team until you're 22.
100%.
Like they will give you every single chance possible to stay on that team. Like has nothing to do with how good you are in the moment. Just do they think you're going to be good? And we also have like the worst development system in the entire world. So
Bar none.
The worst. So, I mean, we're just.
Dude, I was in England for the Euros. For that summer when they were in the Euros and went really far and like Harry Kane was the penalty guy and everything like that. Dude, when they won games, we were staying in Chelsea. You couldn't find a bar that wasn't packed. You couldn't find like they won games. People were honking their horns, running down that my dad was popping champagne out of our little apartment window. Like that's how big soccer is around the world. But also when they were drawing games, when they lost games, dude, the headlines on the newspapers, on the tube, on the TV when we were over there, murdered these guys.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Murdered these guys.
Dude, I remember this last Euros or World Cup. I forget what it was, but they were getting destroyed. England was in their own media. Like they were getting destroyed.
Because it means that much. And then you look at us and we have a podcast of two guys that played American soccer, probably the longest, being like, hey, this is a really bad look that they're missing out. And our players are like, oh, what? It's like, dude, it's just, and the problem is it's so unserious. This is why when I like argue with my buddies about loving soccer and whatever it is, it's always like, dude, it's fucking soccer. What the hell are you talking about? It's just like, this is why though.
I promise you.
Christian Pulisic is on Bob Does Sports' Instagram story playing fucking golf when we have a Gold Cup. A Gold Cup. Could you imagine if Harry Kane was playing golf with fucking God knows who and with the sidemen while the Euros were going on? Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Harry Kane was playing golf with the sidemen?
Is that not the equivalent?
It's literally the equivalent.
The Euros is the equivalent to the Gold Cup, correct?
I think that'd be Copa America.
Copa America.
The Euro Club, whatever it is. Could you imagine if Harry Kane was playing golf with the sidemen while England was competing in a tournament where they could win a trophy?
No. Yeah, dude, I think. Oh, that was you. Someone was knocking on the door. We're in big trouble. I think U.S. soccer is for a long time.
Serious trouble.
Like,
I do.
I just don't see anything changing at all. And like, when is Pulisic going to be off this team?
That's literally, Josh. That's the most disappointing point. We've now come full circle with Christian Pulisic when he was a youngster on Dortmund going, I cannot wait till we're competing in World Cups with this kid, to now being like, I don't even want him rostered.
Yeah.
I don't even want him rostered.
I agree. He doesn't really
he doesn't show up in the big moment.
He doesn't.
You want him to score 2 against Trinidad and Tobago? Sure. You want him to actually do something against England? No, he gets subbed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And guys like Tyler Adams just have to do everything. They have to throw body. They have to pass the ball. They have to go forward. They have to track back.
Dude, give me some gritty guys. Like, what's his name? Aronson?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Brennan.
Like, yeah, dude, that dude, like, give me him. Like, he's gritty. He's not like the best player.
Dude,
does he still play for Leeds?
Give me Haji Wright. He's still showing up.
Yeah, dude. There's a guy. I forget his name.
The new guy. I forget what his name is. He's got the sleeve with the blonde hair. He's fucking sick.
Yeah, like give me guys with grit.
Anyone that accepted the invitation to this Gold Cup, knowing that the Gold Cup isn't really a big tournament for any other country, but knowing that we have a World Cup in a year, knowing we have a new manager, anyone that's on this roster, fucking bring him.
I think Tim Ream's playing. Tim Ream's like almost 40 fucking years old, and he's playing in this shit.
Yeah,
and like we have nobody. Like there's not a single other defender that could take Tim Ream's spot.
No,
in the American. Like there's,
and he's 38
exactly, and he's still playing in this. And fucking Christian Pulisic's out here playing fucking golf, dude.
Lauren's got me geeking. I've had it up to here, man. To here,
it's insane.
I'm almost here. I'm almost here with him.
Don't let him do that.
It's just so annoying, dude. It's so annoying. It's so annoying, man. It's also just like being a big soccer fan growing up. You're kind of in a niche because no one in America really cares about soccer.
Yeah.
So now we're getting to the point where it's like, all right, the World Cup's going to come around and you guys are going to start caring again. And then you're going to remember these clips when we get bounced in the group stage. And then there's going to be that week where everyone's like, dude, there's voice kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're going to have to get lucky with our matchups in the group. We're going to have to get lucky.
But at this point, it doesn't matter who we play. We have no cohesion. We have no chemistry. Dude, I saw a podcast clip with Pochettino. And I forget who was interviewing him. He's one of the like awesome guys. I think it's on NBC. And he was just like, why'd you want to take the job? We're 4 months into Pochettino having the job. And he literally goes, I don't know. But then he was like, because I really think there's a lot of potential here. But you know, when he says, I don't know, he's going there going, well, my 5 best players just said they want to rest because they have club stuff to play for.
Yeah.
They don't want to, they don't want to wear the American flag on their chest, Josh. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's a massive problem. I might, like, honestly, like, depending on how these guys act going into this World Cup, I might not even be in on them.
I might not even be in on them either. I might just bandwagon Ireland.
I always liked Italy.
Italy's tight.
Italy.
I could go into England. I was born in England. I could just jump to England.
If Iraq makes it, I can root for them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Iraq.
Could you imagine they make it? There's literally no chance. They're one of the worst orgs in soccer.
You'd be shocked though. Some of these like qualifications, like Ireland just beat someone pretty good the other day.
Yeah. Iraq ain't like that, brother.
Soccer just isn't for the U.S. and it's because guys like Christian Pulisic, I'm going to be honest, finally have talent and they don't want to play. So I don't even agree with Brady. I like even if Christian Pulisic scores in the World Cup, he has a lot. He has a lot to do to win back. I think the actual soccer fans in America right now.
The thing is that the thing that I hate is I don't think people really realize what he's doing. I don't think people in America care enough about soccer to realize what he's doing.
But the soccer fans do.
Oh, they do. Yeah, for sure.
Which is annoying.
But the masses of America will not know.
No,
sadly.
Slim Reaper, I'm not even kidding, could not be any more wrong if you tried with that one. But we're going to move on.
Yeah, that's great.
That's not even... That's one... one's deuce. All right. Josh.
What are we going to talk about?
These jealous women in the WNBA have once again reared their ugly, gross, disgusting head in the face of Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get into this, Josh, I want to bring up some stats. Viewership of the WNBA dropped 50%, Josh.
Yeah.
Viewership in the WNBA dropped 50%. I don't mean 2%. I don't mean 5%. I don't mean 10%, which is very large when you think of viewership. Viewership across the WNBA dropped 50% while Caitlin Clark was injured. So let's just base level that as we move into the next topic here. 50%. That means if 10 people were watching the WNBA, 5 of them were only watching after Caitlin Clark got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. Wouldn't you say that's a big number? I'd say that's a pretty big number.
No, that's a lot.
That's a big number. That's a big number.
Also, that's across the entire league, right? Not
Yeah.
just her games.
No, across the entire league.
That's
across-
insane. That's
so-
even more insane.
Can you say that again?
That's even more insane.
Like, no, the full thing. Across the
Entire league, not just in the Fever games, which is insane.
which means that Caitlin Clark has an impact across the entire WNBA.
But I don't even think it's that. I think that it's the Fever games views are so down because she's not watching that it's hurting the league so much. Like she's probably getting like 9 million views. She's probably getting like 9 million views a game. And that was like 80% of the league's views. And then 50% of those went away. So now the league's just way down. I would assume that that's what it is.
And Josh, I would
probably
say
no one else watching the other games.
I agree. And I would say too, I think she probably has that bleed over effect though a little bit where if you watch Caitlin Clark game and a WNBA game is on after, maybe you tune in.
Yeah, you might.
So maybe there's like marginal differences there.
You probably won't.
But keep in mind though, Josh, those 9 million that are watching the Fever game, they're seeing women they've never even heard of or seen before, by the way.
Yeah.
So let's keep that in mind as we move into what happened last night. Women people have never seen or heard of before. That if they might as well have not existed before they played the Fever in, I would say, 90% of the fandom of the WNBA.
Yeah.
Okay. Caitlin Clark plays a very interesting brand of basketball. She's physical. She doesn't open her mouth unless you get her to open her mouth. She likes to attack the refs. That's for sure. We know that. As a Caitlin Clark fan, I watch most of her games. If there's one thing Caitlin Clark is good at, it's mouthing off at refs, for sure. She doesn't talk to the opposing team unless you piss her off. In her rookie year, she didn't talk to anybody and she ate shit for an entire year. She ate shit for an entire year. And Josh, not a single teammate defended her. Aaliyah Boston didn't do shit when she would get hit. Kelsey Mitchell didn't do shit when she got hit. Nobody. Not one person. I introduce to you my knight in shining armor, Sophie Cunningham.
The goat.
The actual goat. And here's what you're going to notice, Josh, about this clip. So hold on, take the clip off the screen for just 2 seconds. Real quick. We're gonna break down the clip because I want to spend a lot of time on this, Josh, because it's starting again. Here it comes. It's starting. The minute Caitlin starts playing good basketball, her first game back, she drops, I think it was 35 plus points. I think it was 8 plus assists and a couple of rebounds. Mm-hmm. She's everything. She's the headline of the WNBA. Caitlin's back. As she should be. You lost 50% viewership. She came back, dropped 40.
Yep.
Would you not say that should be the face?
I would say she's face.
Okay, there we go. Last night, they were playing the Connecticut Sun, who by all accounts suck.
Bad
by all accounts, suck. Rye Guy with Tier 1 sub said, let's have a W day. Much love, peeps. Shout out, Rye Guy.
Rye Guy. Come on.
Who suck, Josh? And here's my thing about it. Every woman that's not on the Indiana Fever, I don't think likes Caitlin Clark very much because I think they think she gets too much attention. I think they probably think she's a little annoying. And she plays a brand of basketball that can embarrass you if you defend her.
Yeah.
And last night, a woman by the name, I believe, JC Sheldon is the name.
I don't even know who she is.
Thank you. Pretty much got put in a hell in a cell. She had to guard the best player the WNBA has ever produced. And Caitlin was giving her hell. And the difference between the WNBA and the NBA is when these women start getting that work. And by the way, this is the first time JC Sheldon's got that work, man. There's levels to this shit in the WNBA, and fucking Caitlin Clark is the level. And when Caitlin starts giving you that work and you start realizing, oh shit, maybe I'm not built for this anymore. If this is where the league is going, I am ass out. Instead of being an adult and just responding in a normal way and being like, all right, maybe let's switch off. Maybe let's try someone else defending her. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to hurt her. Because I'm a little upset. I'm a little mad that I'm getting fucking exposed. Caitlin Clark is pulling threes from the logo in my mouth and yelling in my face, you like that.
You know she's from Iowa State?
So even better, they've been going at it forever then. So she knows. Now, Josh, if you could pull up the clip, that'd be great. So for an entire year last year, by the way, Caitlin Clark ate shit, got hit on the ground, got beat up, got punched, got hit away from the play constantly. And it happened again last night for the first time in a couple games. JC Sheldon pokes Caitlin's eye out, not even going for the ball. There's an angle where she's not even going for the ball. And if you see the original clip where JC goes for the ball right here, not even going for the ball, hits her in the eye. Here comes teammate. Caitlin pushes her away, and then, oh. Mabry, what are you doing there, girl? Why did you just push Caitlin Clark like that? And if you notice the clip where she gets pushed, there's a certain girl that's not on the court. There's a certain girl that's not on the court for the Fever when she gets pushed like that. And if you can tell, this is what's been so frustrating about the Fever. There's not a certain girl on the court when Caitlin gets pushed. And by the way, Josh, after that push, you know what happened? 2 technicals, let's move on. No one got thrown out. No one got a flagrant. 2 technicals, let's move on.
Good.
And you'd say that push away from the play, that was pretty egregious. I would say that's egregious. If that happens in the NBA, you get tossed.
Ooh, toss? I don't know about toss.
A full push when she's not looking onto the ground? A full push with steam.
Yeah,
with
maybe.
steam.
Maybe.
With steam.
Maybe.
Full push. Full push with steam. Mabry. Dumb idiot. Pushes her away from the play. This happened a full year. Multiple times, not a single person stood up for Caitlin Clark. I saw that clip. First thing that pissed me off, not a single person pushed another girl. Not a single person got another girl's face. And keep in mind, by the way, if you're on the Fever, you're fucking, not only have you gained 20,000 Instagram followers every single time that Caitlin Clark decides to do anything with you in it, you also have the most viewed games you've ever had in your entire life. You're going to get the biggest contracts you've ever had in your entire life. You're going to have access to sponsors you have never had. So do me a favor, get off your ass and push a bitch. Do me a favor.
Yeah,
get off your ass and push somebody. But nobody did, Josh. And I sat there going at home. I went, no way.
We were bitching about it last year, too.
Bitching. Aaliyah Boston didn't do shit.
Someone needed to step up.
Someone needed to step up.
I think only
Josh.
one time someone stepped up last year. Like, kind of, though. It wasn't
Kind
even
of,
like.
Kind of. And it makes these other girls, I think, in the league think that
They can
we
do
can
whatever
pretty
they
much
want.
do whatever we want to Caitlin.
Yeah,
We can punch her, kick her, scratch her eye out if you're JC Sheldon. And enter my glorious knight in shining armor, Sophie Cunningham, who for the first time in WNBA history said, this shit is not sweet anymore. You're not going to play the best player that has ever graced a floor in WNBA history, and you're not going to treat her like a punching bag when I'm on the floor. You're not going to push her and get away with it. And now, Josh, if you could just pull up the clip, because I got news for you, WNBA. Now you're on notice. There's a girl on the Fever. There's a girl on the Fever that said shit's not sweet anymore when you want to fuck with Caitlin. And she's not on the floor when she got pushed. But I got news here. She's on that bench going, that bitch is mine. And then right here, how you doing? How are you doing? This shit's not sweet. This shit is not sweet anymore.
And then going and grabbing her head and like pulling her into the stands.
Dude, I sent the clip of the other angle of her doing that. Sophie Cunningham, give her a lifetime contract on the Fever. This is exactly what the Fever needed. And I cannot, from the bottom of my heart, as a Fever fan, as a Caitlin Clark stan, thank Sophie Cunningham enough for finally putting these other women in their place when it comes to how they're going to treat Caitlin Clark. I got news for you. This is Michael Jordan. This is LeBron James on the floor with you. So you're going to have a little respect when you're playing her. You're not going to push her like that anymore. Because I got news for you. If you do, her name is Sophie Dennis Rodman Cunningham. She's going to grab you by your tracks and rip them out of your head.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I didn't know Sophie was like
grab
that.
You by your extensions.
You know?
She's going to grab you by your extensions. She grabbed JC Sheldon's extensions and almost ripped them out.
Did you know she was
almost
like that?
Ripped them out?
Did you know she was like that?
I had not a clue. But then someone pulled up her preseason interviews and she was like, the thing about me is I stand up for my teammates. Fuck yeah, you do.
Good.
Fuck yeah, I got news for you. I got news for you, Chicago Sky. I got news for you, Connecticut Sun. I got news for you, New York Liberty. We're not taking shit anymore with Sophie Cunningham on the floor now. And you know what, Josh? That was the first time someone has ever stood up for Caitlin in her entire WNBA career. And it's only been 2 years. And you think about the egregious shit that happened to her last year when Kennedy Carter, who I think is probably playing in Russia right now in a backyard, bodied her away from the plane. Angel Reese got up and started clapping. Not a single person did a goddamn thing for that girl. And to come in this year and finally see someone stand up for Caitlin and grab a bitch by her extensions and rip her to the ground while talking shit to her, by the way. Josh, I don't know if you saw the clip.
Oh,
Sophie Cunningham's ripping her extensions out,
shit,
yelling shit at her, dude.
I think
shit at her.
I think she was saying, try me.
I wish you would.
Or that's what she was saying. That's what she was saying.
I wish a bitch would try Sophie Cunningham now. I wish she would try Sophie Cunningham right now. I wish she would.
Amazing.
I wish she would.
I've never been out on Sophie Cunningham. I've always been out on Sophie Cunningham.
And I don't know if you saw these clips, Josh, but other than the botting her on the screen too, by the way.
Yeah,
Sophie Cunningham calls her Caitlin calls her screen, and Sophie just went, yeah, I'm gonna line you up. I'm gonna put one right into your chest, sister.
Destroyed her.
I'm gonna put one right into your chest, sister, because guess what? I got news for you. This shit ain't sweet. My favorite thing about it, though, Josh, goes back to Caitlin. She's finally talking shit now.
Yeah, she is.
And that's what I like to see, honestly, because she ate shit for a full year, Josh. She had women retired in the sport saying some of the most egregious shit about her and didn't open her mouth one time. And I think this year she's moving a little different.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think she has confidence now that her team's good. Her team was ass last year. Like, they were so bad. But, like, now she knows that she's got girls next to her that can, like, actually help her back it up. It's like, she doesn't mind talking shit now, I don't think.
She had girls going up to her, you can't do that. And she looked her in the eyes and said, I can do whatever the hell I want.
Well, she can.
And then hit the dagger 3 over JC Sheldon, yelled in her grill, you like that.
Yeah, that was sick.
You like that.
So sick.
And I think we're starting to see a new Caitlin that's like, dude, I don't think you guys understand what I'm bringing to this league. I don't think you understand the blessing that you right now. But this is what, by the way, in your mouth. Here you go, JC. I've got one for you right in your mouth. You like that. You like that. You like that. And I just got news for you, Josh.
Didn't they get like into a little fight after that? Like a little scuffle after
everything. That? It was everything last night.
I think right after that, they got into like a little scuffle.
And I got news for you, dude. With Caitlin Clark moving this different and having teammates that are willing to defend her, which, by the way, Sophie Cunningham deserves the MVP of the WNBA, because the fact that nobody stood up for Caitlin last year and it took one game back from injury and one foul away from the ball for someone to finally put a body on a body for Caitlin. Give her a lifetime contract. Get me a Sophie Cunningham jersey up and moving. And not to mention, Josh.
How do you not have one?
And not to mention, Josh, Sophie Cunningham walked into the arena looking like a goddamn supermodel and then ripped someone's extensions out. And then ripped someone's extensions out, dude.
Yeah, she's good.
That's what like the Fever are now moving a little different. The Fever are moving a little different, and the jealousy and the jealous rage that these WNBA women think that they can get away with when it comes to Caitlin Clark, I have news for you. No longer. No longer. Because you're going to have to deal with Sophie Dennis Rodman Cunningham. That's just the reality.
They're currently the 6th seed, sitting at 6-5. That's fine. Right? That's fine. I think that's in the playoffs, maybe.
I can't wait.
I wonder what their odds are.
Josh, I can't wait. And keep in mind, Josh, these girls are doing this to Caitlin down 18 points. That's just pure hatred.
Yeah, they were mad.
That's pure hatred.
They were mad
for Caitlin.
Well, yeah. I don't know if it's for Caitlin or just they're mad at the game for sure, and she's the one that's just destroying.
And also keep in mind, Josh, thorns and roses. On the other side, I don't know if you saw this, Angel Reese just poked a girl's eyes out for no reason away from the basket as well, but we won't talk about that. And here's the thing, Josh, this is the annoying part about it, and I'm going to address it because I'm so tired of people commenting under my tweets about it. The narrative that this has become a race thing is so frustrating. I had 2 people comment under my tweets that if this was Angel Reese, you wouldn't be saying a thing about it. Shut your goddamn mouth, dude. The 2 girls that pushed Caitlin last night were white. The girl that went to the basket that Sophie Cunningham pulled down by her extensions was white. The problem is that Caitlin Clark has not had a defender and has had to eat shit for a year. For a year. It has nothing to do with the color of her skin.
Yeah.
Zero. It has to do with the fact that for a year, Caitlin Clark has had to eat shit. Get hit away from the ball, get hard screened, get pushed away from the ball. And now there's finally someone that stood up for her. Finally. As a fan of her, finally, it doesn't have to come from a podcast studio on ESPN. It doesn't have to come from a show like TMA where we put a clip out telling the other NBA people to shut their mouth. It finally came on the court. And now we're going to get a different level of fever.
Yeah, we are. They're going to be.
Now we are.
How many games do they have left? Like 2? Season's almost done, right? Or 11 games in?
Yeah, I think maybe a half game.
Done.
You got a half game.
No, there's like 30 games left, dude. I mean, they can start moving a lot different, especially with her back playing like this, dude.
They're what are they winning? What are they to win it?
Plus 450.
Give me it. Fever plus 450 to win the W. Give me it.
They're the
might be my POD today.
Third favorite. Liberty, Lynx, Fever, Aces.
Might be my POD today. Fever to win the chip plus 450. Give me it. Shut the fuck up. Take the Fever.
We should do that. It's actually not a bad bet though. I mean, the Liberty are the only team I think that have a chance to beat them. I don't think the Lynx would beat them. The Liberty are damn good.
Give me courtside at a Fever game, huh?
That'd be sick.
Give me courtside at a Fever game, just busting for Caitlin. Bust. But I love it, dude. I loved it. I loved it, Josh. I loved everything about it. And I'll tell you what, dude, this is the first time maybe in its entire existence WNBA is entertaining now, dude.
Yeah, it is. One day a week, 2 days a week.
Yeah, 2 days a week whenever CC plays. And I think, dude, that dude, the frustrating thing about it too is just maybe just say thank you one time. Just say thank you to her one time. It's like, hey, thanks for now America's gonna know that I exist. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe just one time a quick thanks.
That's
instead of just trying to rip her eyeball out of the socket and then push her to the ground. Maybe just one time. Wouldn't that be nice?
Probably feel nice for Caitlin.
Wouldn't that be nice, dude?
Thank you.
Speaking of feeling nice, Providence College released their preseason or their non-con schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, I have a potential to get 2 before Ma even wipes crusties out of their eyes. I get to play TCU twice. Who has Jaden Pierre? We're in a tournament.
Oh, okay.
The Mohegan Sun tournament.
That's so crazy. You get to play them twice.
I think so. Yeah,
you play them in the tournament, and
it says TCU, another team, and then TCU, another team, another team.
Wow.
Respectfully, I've hit that out of the park, by the way.
Yeah.
TCU. And then I also get to play Virginia Tech.
That's going to be electric.
If I can get a BTL sweepage in college basketball before Ma even wipes crusties out of her eyes.
Those are both in tournament games?
No, just non-con.
Oh,
it goes Virginia Tech, then the next week we play TCU.
Okay.
At like a Mohegan Sun or something. You wouldn't be able to stop me. You wouldn't be, if I can clean sweepage BTL before we even sniff March.
That's awesome. Dude, what are the odds you play both those teams?
Insane.
So random.
Also,
dude.
What are the odds we get to play Jaden Pierre, who transferred to TCU?
I know, yeah. I mean,
he's junk.
You think you win that game?
Yeah, dude. Josh. I think I sent the, if you actually, can you look up Jameer? I'll spell it for you. We might win March Madness. I'm not even kidding. Like, I didn't realize how good our transfers were. And then we have this kid, Jameier space Jones on Twitter. Pull this kid up for the people, please. He might be the best freshman in college basketball. This is a kid that you normally see at Kentucky, and now he's at Providence with Jalen Sellers.
Just this video. I know it's this video.
Okay.
I mean. And then wait till the end, Josh.
All right.
In case you're wondering, this kid's 18 years old. He's built like a grown man. Built like a grown-ass man. Josh, I might go from bottom of the Big East to a national championship this year. Do you understand the leap? Do you understand the leap from bottom of Big East to a national championship that could occur in Providence, Rhode Island?
National championship would be insane.
Dude, I don't think you understand, Josh. We're all the way back. Like we were all the way back.
I mean, you guys are going to be better than last year. Was something wrong with the audio? That might have been just the audio of that video.
Dude, our transfer class of Jason Edwards, who, by the way, one of the best scorers in the SEC last year. Jalen Sellers, one of the most underutilized players at UCF last year. Jameer Jones, one of the highest rated freshmen in the country. We got Stefan Vox coming overseas. Might as well be Luka. Like, we're going to be disgusting.
Dude, I guess VT got Luka.
Dude, we're going to be disgusting.
I'm excited. Intermason's a Big E saying that. Wow.
You don't even understand, dude.
I'm excited for you.
You don't even understand, dude. We're going to have to go to some Providence games now that they're good.
I'm down.
I wasn't going to make you
Showdown.
fly out there to watch Jaden Pierre shit down his leg
Yeah.
from 3. But
Good on
now
that.
we'll jump on a plane and go see Jason Edwards clip a couple, huh?
Good on that. But
How
yeah,
about that?
I'd go down there.
How about
think so.
that? Mikey's annual Providence all the way back quotes, of course.
Of course.
Speaking of being all the way back, Josh, for whatever reason, my teams just cannot escape yours. The New York Jets have signed Thicker the Kicker,
The thicker kicker.
the thicker kicker,
Yeah.
Harold Mevis,
Harris Mevis.
Harris Mevis,
Harrison Mevis.
to a multi-year deal.
Harold.
To a multi-year deal.
Dude, he's good. Like, you're going to love it.
But we cut Greg Zuerlein, one of the best kickers in NFL history, for the thicker kicker.
Mevis. Dude, I'm telling you, he's really good.
He looks like a fat bastard.
Yeah, but he's really good. You're going to love him.
Do you know
You're
what the
gonna love him.
fans' hashtag is for him
Hmm.
that they started? Hashtag get fat.
I love that.
That is the New York Jets fan base hashtag for me. It was hashtag
Dude,
get fat.
He's good as fuck. Like, actually. He hits, I mean, his range is like 65 and in. Like, he's got a massive level.
I just don't understand what Aaron Glenn is building now. You cut like one of the best kickers to sign Mevis.
Mevis should have been in the league like when he graduated Mizzou. I don't know how no one picked him up. Well, he was on the Panthers and they cut him. But stupid.
But we have a Mevis multi-year deal. Hashtag get fat. I'm all
good
in on
move.
getting fat.
It's a good move. Dude, I mean, the fucking Missouri Jets are going to be good this year, hopefully. Literally everyone from Mizzou. On the
I know.
Jets
We got
pretty
fucking
much.
Brady Cook too in the
Yeah.
QB room now. Mevis.
Membu, fucking Mevis. Dude, everyone.
Why are we pulling from a program that hasn't won?
Missouri Jets. I don't know.
It's literally like the Eagles are like, all right, we're gonna pull from Georgia because they've won national championships, and the Jets went, well, we're gonna pull from Mizzou.
Already got a Missouri.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Mizzou's had some good players, though.
I will say I'm all in on Memes. Hashtag get
Okay.
fat is one of the funniest things I've, as a fan, have ever been able to be involved in.
Good. I'm excited for you. You're going to love him.
It is going to be funny though when he misses his first field goal because he's going to miss one or two.
Well, yeah.
Just tweeting the video with
Bitch.
hashtag get fat.
Well, dude, he's going to make one from 58. And
Yeah,
like,
that'll be
"Holy
tight."
Fuck.
With Justin Fields, we're putting together quite a duo of those two. That's an auto 3 once we pass midfield.
That is an auto 3.
And that's what he's good at, dude.
Yeah.
That's what he's good. I know Lauren would have loved hashtag get fat. I wish she was here today. She would have definitely laughed at that. But that is just electric.
Electric.
All we need now is for you guys to cut Luther and we sign Luther, and then we're literally the Missouri Jets.
You are. Yeah. I don't even know. Theo Weiss. You guys should have picked up Theo Weiss.
Is he still free?
He's on the Dolphins. The Dolphins took Nate Noel and Theo Weiss. They took both of them.
Dolphins have everybody.
Yeah.
It feels like.
And Nate Noel they took. The running back.
I agree with Zay Picks. I do kind of want to ask you, what's going on with Luther, brother? Is he back healthy or?
I mean, we aren't even practicing anymore. We're done. People were acting like he missed 3 days of practice. That's all it was. Just like the 3-day mandatory camp. He missed that and then he was just hurt.
Was Weiss a good pickup?
He'll be fine. I think he's got a chance to be like a good number 3 receiver, but like he's not going to be like anything crazy. Got a chance.
Someone said, Josh, are you excited to start the season 0-1? Skull.
Who'd Vegas made favorite in that? Who'd Vegas make a favorite in that game? If you Chad, who did that?
Speaking of the Bears, though, and the Vikings, did you see Justin Jefferson was teaching it to a bunch of high school kids, and he was like, we don't run post digs. We run a
Yeah, I saw
post or a
that.
dig. And then one of these like Instagram influencer football guys was like, yeah, they do, and showed Jamar Chase running a post dig. And I feel like it's like, when you're at Jamar and Justin's level and you're like, yeah, I'm going to run a post dig, they're like, yeah, you're good. But when you're talking to like high school kids who are probably going to be like a 3, maybe if they make it, like, yeah, they're not running a complex route. They're like, dude, get 12 yards to get to your spot.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring that up is I then saw Calvin Ridley working out with one of those Instagram trainers for wide receivers. And he was like, dude, you guys are better than NFL coaches. Like, I don't learn anything from NFL coaches. Like, what we just did for that 2 hours, I'll apply like in a game. And dude, he was like, they're just old men. Like, it's all about who's friends with who. I don't disagree, especially as a Jets fan. We have yet to develop a wide receiver. So what are our coaches doing?
I guess that I've heard that too. I saw like before, I forget who was talking about it. It was some older receiver. Some like maybe like Huzman Sada or something like that.
Maybe.
He's like also a coach now. He was saying there's only like 5 or 6 like wide receiver coaches in the NFL right now that are like legitimately like good at developing wide receivers.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that does sound insane. But
I'll tell you what, there's not one at Jets Drive. We haven't developed a wide receiver since Ma.
I feel
Never.
like to develop a receiver, you almost need the person that's coaching them to be a former player of some sort. You know what I mean? We're like, because receivers' personalities are so diva-ish, where like you need someone that's played a position that like understands exactly how they feel, like to like mentor them. And like actually, I feel like also with how big of divas receivers are, like they need someone they can relate to. Like they're like, oh, this guy was a diva too, but like he can get me.
I also, the first thing I thought of when I saw the clip was that fat bastard on the Browns. That's a running backs coach from Hard Knocks. It's like, I started thinking about that. I was like, yeah, no shit. That guy's just telling him to run hard.
Yeah.
He's never ran the rock in the NFL. He weighs 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Being like, you're not holding, put your head down.
But like a guy like, I mean, Bieniemy, like as an example, like a running backs coach. Like, I mean, he was an insanely good player and he is a fucking psychopath. Like that's a dude that like you can like respect and get up and play for. I feel like he might be a dickhead, but you can respect that coach. And like, I feel like he's like a guy that like develops players, I'm sure, at position.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, dude, it's kind of funny too when you think about Calvin Ridley's career path. Like he went to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around some of the best coaches in the game. He's now probably got maybe a year, 2 years really good left. Maybe he's probably already on that decline. The fact that he's telling some trainer on social media that he's better than every NFL coach, wide receiver coach he's ever been around, like that's a huge problem in the NFL.
Yeah, that is. That is what NFL staffs are, though. Just like who do I know? Who do I feel comfortable with? Because like you really only have like as like a head coach like a month, 2 months to build the staff, and you're taking guys from different teams. So like you don't always have like your first option. So like I don't know. It's interesting. It's probably hard to do.
I think it's just frustrating too now because as a Jets fan, we have Arian Smith, who's definitely super unpolished, and then you hear a guy like Calvin Ridley say that, and it kind of gives you a little perspective and makes me not be as optimistic that we're going to be able to turn him into something.
Yeah.
Because our coaches are probably like, listen here, maybe if you just, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we stole Antoine Randall L from the Lions, and I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to see.
That's a good one. The Lions have developed some guys.
They developed, I mean, everyone that they got, they developed. So I'm excited. Hopefully.
But I just started thinking about the Jets wide receiver rooms. I was like, dude, we haven't developed any. Malachi Corey, moo shit. Elijah Moore, moo shit.
We had the last receiver that the Bears developed was Alshon Jeffrey. Literally. Like that was like drafted the Bears and became really good.
And I think Garrett Wilson's only good because he was that good when he got to the NFL that it was like he didn't need that
exactly.
much.
Like he was already an elite receiver.
And then the Jets were like, we did it.
He low-key like might have like he didn't get worse.
No, he might have gotten worse. But like, we might have made him worse.
But he was better in college. Like relatively, he was better in college and he's in the NFL, I think.
No, we might have made him worse for
probably
sure.
Say the same, right?
We might have made him worse for sure.
You might have for sure.
I don't know if there's a guy that's walked in the Jets building that has gotten better the longer they've been there. Like Sauce Gardner, horrible second year. Garrett Wilson, horrible second year. Zach Wilson, nada. Sam Darnold, nada. Will McDonald, nada. Quinnen Williams, nada. Like
Will McDonald got better.
We don't get.
He definitely got better.
Will McDonald did get better.
He got better.
Will McDonald did get a little bit better.
He got a lot better, dude. He only had like one.
He had 10 sacks, actually.
Yeah, but he only had like 1 sack his first year. And then had like 9.5 last year or something like that.
That's true. Okay.
He got a lot better.
Will McDonald, way better. But I think he does a lot of work by himself. And I
Yeah,
don't
he
think he
might.
has a lot of friends on the team because every time they show Will, he's by himself.
Yeah.
He's just a freak, dude. But I love him. I love him. But that's actually crazy. The longer people are on the Jets, the worse they get. So that's, welcome to the show. Brees Hall, junk. I'm trying to think who else. Jermaine Johnson, hopefully he's good this year if he doesn't get hurt.
Braylon Allen could be good.
Damn, outside of Will McDonald, who's been on the Jets that's gotten better year after year?
Quinnen Williams got worse.
What? Way worse. He's on a max deal, and he got, I think, 3 sacks last year.
He's a DT though, so you don't really.
No one in the secondary's gotten better. Garrett Wilson's got worse.
We'll see this year though. I mean, their defense could be better. They should be better.
Morning banana. Aaron Rodgers got worse.
Oh my, yeah. I mean,
Joe Flacco got better when he left.
Way better. Joe Flacco made the playoffs.
You know who got worse when they left? Mike White. There we go.
There we go.
Went
to the Dolphins and died.
Wow, that was actually a little concerning. Alan Lazard got worse. Mike Williams got worse. Devontae Adams got worse. Nobody gets better on the Jets.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell was non-existent. They just get worse. Wow,
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
That's nuts. You think about those names. That's a lot of players, dude. That's a ton of players that got worse. Mike Williams went from being like a great one. Don't come to the Jets. Service announcement for any NFL players. Don't come to New York.
Jamal
got worse when he left. He's one of the only guys.
Yeah, Jamal was your last
stud. And then we traded him, and I was like, no. But then he sucked on the Seahawks. Fuck. Wow, that's actually nuts, dude. Just going through that list is crazy. Speaking of getting worse or better, Terry McLaurin could get paid $36 million a year, making him the second highest paid wide receiver. Josh, is he worth it? If you're the Commanders right now.
Second highest paid receiver.
Is he worth it?
Yes and no. He's worth it for the next. I don't know. I guess he's worth it. Jaden's going to be on a rookie deal that entire time, right? So it doesn't really matter. He's worth it. Say he's worth it.
I think he's worth it too, a little bit. Just because
he's not worth $35 million. He's worth it to them though, because they don't need to pay a quarterback. I think his actual worth probably $32 million, $31 million a year. But for them, I mean, you can't let him go. If he goes, they're cooked.
No.
So yes, it's worth it for him.
I think it's worth it for him. I also think on another angle, it's deserved from what he's had to go through.
Yeah.
The dude has been through hell and high moose for 8 years, dude. Give him the bag and let him play with Jaden Daniels and compete in the playoffs for a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he got you said 35 a year, right?
Yeah, almost 36, I think.
It's a lot of fucking money.
That's a ton of money, dude. A year, it's a ton of money, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's worth it for him. I mean, there's no reason. If they let him walk, they're the dumbest organization in the NFL. And they don't move like that anymore. So they were never going to not sign him. There was no chance.
And in other money news, Lenora Sellers turned down $8 million to transfer. And his dad said, you don't need $8 million right now. You're in a great situation. What is your
You know
take
who
on
it
that?
was? For sure, Bama.
You think so?
Dude, Bama's got a quarterback. I think they have some quarterback problems right now.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Him not going?
Yeah.
I would fucking leave, dude.
What do you think about his dad saying you don't need $8 million right now? You're good where you're at.
Stupid decision.
I tend to agree, but I also see it from the dad's point of view where you go, I don't want my son to end up like Nico, where we're shooting ourselves in the foot when we have a program in South Carolina that's committed to making my son the best he can be.
Well, he's not doing what Nico did. Nico was demanding money. If a team came and was like, we're going to give you $8 million to come here. Sure. I mean, dude, that's, especially a guy like Lenore Sellers, the dude isn't built to be an NFL quarterback. I wouldn't say he'll probably get drafted.
Dude, I don't know. He might be a good NFL quarterback if he developed. I think he was a true freshman last year, correct?
He was a sophomore last year.
Yeah, so you give him what this year? Maybe he stays another year.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's just not. I don't think he's gonna be a good NFL quarterback. But like turning down $8 million, like when you're in college, like that's kind of silly to me. That is so much money.
I kind of like it though. I kind of like that the dad stepped in there. I see what you're saying. I mean, that's like generous money. I'm also sure the difference between
He's probably getting $4 million.
Yeah, I was
But
going to say
still, though,
the
like-
difference between what South Carolina is giving him and whoever this mystery team was, the money is probably so marginal at that point in terms of like the dad's probably going, you're already making X amount of millions. You don't need 4 more million just to go play at this team where the fan base is going to rip you wherever it is. So I do see that angle.
I wonder where it was. I think that also probably matters.
Yeah.
But it had to be a massive school. Like, it wasn't like a small school that was giving him $8 million.
Oh, it had to be a huge goal.
Yeah.
Well, I
It
also
was
think
Bama, Ohio State, USC, like one of those three. Like it had to be Georgia.
Well, I think it's funny too. I don't know if you saw the Bussin' with the Boys clip, but they had Diego Pavi on, who by the way is 28, still in college.
Don't
I
know
said
how it's
one
possible.
good year, beat Bama, and that's all he has to his name at Vandy. Was saying that another SEC school offered him $4 million to transfer, and then had the gall to say to Will Compton and then probable Hall of Famer Taylor Lewan that, you know, if you want to play football, serious football, you don't go to the Big Ten, you stay in the SEC as a Vanderbilt quarterback. If I was Taylor Lewan, I might have got out of the seat.
He went to Michigan, didn't
Yeah.
he?
He went to Michigan.
Yeah,
Was a Hall of Fame lineman. And he has Diego Pavia sitting in the bus going, yeah, if you want to play serious football, you stay in the SEC. Brother, I got news for you. Those bottom 3 teams in the SEC, ain't nobody worried about you. That's basically not even SEC ball if you're at Vanderbilt. You're like the Make-A-Wish SEC team.
Yeah.
But that's the
Luan
kind of
Hall of
money
Fame.
that's kind of money they're throwing around though, dude, in the SEC. $4 million for
I mean,
Diego
yeah.
Pavia to transfer.
Yeah, I don't understand why. So I still don't get why Sellers didn't leave. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that is
Especially
a
to stay
lot
at
of
school
money.
like South Carolina.
That's
It's
a lot
not
of
like it's like you're staying at Georgia or Bama, like where you're auto going to compete for a natty. Like South Carolina could easily lose like 5 games in the SEC next year, easily.
That's a ton of money. Ton of money for sure. I mean, like $8 million, that's life changing. I don't care who you are. Like,
They're
even
all
if you-
so upset about the Luan Hall of Fame thing. That is crazy take, but
You don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer?
no, he won't be. He's good. He's definitely good. SC is better than Mizzou. Easy.
I do kind of agree with Sterner. I like that he didn't sell out. He's sticking with his guys.
That's fair. I mean,
But
like,
I get
yeah,
the
you
money
can-
thing too. Like,
you can
dude, take
respect
the
it. Like,
money,
yeah,
bro.
When you say no, like I can obviously respect it. It's not like I'm saying like I hate him for it.
No, I get where you're coming from as well.
Yeah, $8 million. I mean,
Josh, I can you look up the Redwoods on Twitter really quick? The Redwoods Twitter account.
surely.
I'm a big PLL guy, and I'm a massive Atlas fan. That's why we got the hat right here. I just want to bring up this clip of the Redwoods. If you're just getting into Premier Lacrosse or you want to find a sport to bet on this summer now that the Stanley Cup's over and the NBA Finals is winding down, or you don't just want to bet baseball on the weekends, get into the PLL and just pick the Redwoods as your next team.
Which one is it?
It's the video of the locker room.
Okay.
Just turn it down a little bit and then play it for the people. This is one of the best locker room environments I've seen across professional sports. This from top to bottom. Maybe just turn it down a little bit so it doesn't, yeah.
But be proud of the effort because we make a stop and we have a chance to tie the game. You can't ask for anything else. All right. And that's a grown man effort right there. Be proud of that. Not to mention, we play that whole game basically a man down. All right. And we can ask a whole lot of our training group. All right. And Tab, I give you a lot of credit for answering the bell and balling out and battling. All right. And there's my place.
I'll share this one with Merle, man. He pushes me every day. Every day I show up, Merle gets me right. Every day I don't have it, Merle gets me right. Last year, we asked to read a book about the Battle of Thermopylae, and he gave us all a coin, and it said, with it or on. You're either with this crew or you're leaving the battlefield on a shield. And that's what it comes down to. We got to be all in. We are all in. Everyone's in here. Let's stay on the bus, and we don't leave that field unless we're out on a Shield. Like we saw from Merle today.
There you go. Hell yeah. Let's go.
But be proud of
That's got to be one of the best locker rooms I've ever seen in sport. And you think about it, I mean, someone already made a joke about it. The PLL is obviously a growing league. They don't have all the facilities. They don't have all the assets. It looks like they're in a closet. That's a fucking team, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fucking team.
That's a hell
That's
of
the
a
difference
stage.
between the Atlas getting 8-0 run at the end of a game and the Redwoods coming out with no one talking about them being a contender and being one of the best teams in the PLL.
Yeah.
Like that is a locker room that I literally quote you and I go, I wish this is what the Atlas locker room sounded like. Because now I get why the Redwoods are playing so well, dude. And also the most lacrosse thing of all time is it's just, first of all, having the team read a book about the Battle of Thermopylae, goated. But also the most lacrosse thing of all time is just the best player getting a brick. That's
Yeah.
That's just lacrosse grit right there, dude. They just got just brick for the best guy.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. That clip got me fired up, dude. If you're just getting into the PLL, become a Redwoods fan right now. Because that's the kind of team you're buying into. Become a Redwoods fan. I promise you. That was an awesome locker room, dude. I wish the Jets locker room sounded like that. The guy that gets the brick goes, I'm going to share this with my defensive partner.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, dude, that is exactly what you want a locker room to look like. And I was going to say, Lauren, right out of my mouth. That's what you want the U.S. men's national team to look like.
And dude, these guys are getting paid 10% of what the U.S. men's national team guys make playing soccer. And they're in that locker room going,
10%?
you're either playing on this team or dying on a shield.
10%. They probably make 1%. They make 0.1% of what Pulisic makes.
And they're in there going, you're either dying on this field or going out on your shield when you play for this team. And we got Christian Pulisic playing golf, Bob Best Sports.
Yeah. How much do you think Pulisic makes a year?
That'd be a couple mil.
Oh, way more than that.
I'm going to say 10. Let me think. Big move to Italy. 15 mil?
7.8.
These guys are making 45 to 60 grand a year.
Exactly.
And they have more heart. They have more grit than a guy that makes $7 million a year.
You ask these guys to shoot up for the U.S. tomorrow, they're there.
They're there. They're
there.
Dude, Josh, if there is a U.S. men's national team playing in the Olympics for lacrosse, these guys would kill each other to be on that team.
100%. And most of them are probably American, I would assume, too.
Pretty much all of them, other than those
Yeah.
Canadian bastards, which is why the Atlas don't got it.
Oh,
Too many Canadians.
Is T Canadian?
Yeah, dude. I know. Fucking. This is why you just need to draft an Irish Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
You get an Irish Kavanaugh on your building, it changes the culture.
T just sounds Canadian.
It's so Canadian. I love him, but fuck. No, dude, I love that locker room. That was one of the best locker rooms I've seen in sport in a long time. Of just like, we read a book about the Battle of Thermopylae. Like, I loved it, dude. I loved it. The Atlas released Cole Williams. See ya.
See you.
All right, Josh, let's run the what in the world. And then we'll surf. Oh, no. Should we just surf some Slate?
I think we can just surf.
Let's surf some
20
Slate.
minutes.
Let's surf some Slate.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Surf Slaters, the part of the Slate servers, the part of the show we serve for Slate, give you all the plays and parlays you need today. Josh, I have a square of century.
Do you?
I have a square of century.
You want to hear a fun fact? I have a square of centuries. This two-piece might.
Feed
Might
Ma
feed Ma.
and Pa.
It might. It might.
The under 21 soccer play I gave out yesterday, bowl team to score, smacked into jaw. Just wanted to put that out there.
Jaw.
Should have always just POD'd it.
Jaw.
Did you see what the Mets did to me last night, by the way? Plus chicken, plus 130.
No.
Up 4-1 the whole game. Bottom of the 8th. Let up 3 runs. Lost in extras. Shout out the New York Mets, man. Shout out the New York Mets. Do you think Garrett Crochet should be a favorite against Luis Castillo? Because I don't. I kind of want to take the Red Sox.
I think he should. You don't think he should be? I think he probably should be. On neutrals. I mean, yeah, maybe it's a little weird that they're favored on the road. But yeah, I mean, he's been way better than Castillo this year.
I'm taking the Red Sox.
I like the Red Sox.
I'm taking the Red Sox. ML is definitely one of my plays today.
Oh my God, dude, that game is soaring under. That game's total.
Tariq Skubal is a minus 300 favorite against Andrew Heaney. That's just nuts.
Is that standing alone, Mike? Oh my God, it's standing.
That is standing alone.
That game is soaring under.
That is system unders by Josh. Let me put a little Surf Slater hat on, huh? Slate Surfer hat, huh? Also the best merch in the game, PLL by a good margin.
Okay.
By a good margin. Let's change up the vibe. Surf some Slate with the Atlas hat on. All right, here we go. I love the Red Sox today. When I was surfing Slate before we started here, Josh, really want to take the Diamondbacks. I just don't like the Blue Jays at all. I've been a fan of taking Bailey O'Bear when the line is short, and he's playing Lodolo today. I feel like Lodolo is one of those pitchers that consistently sells. Am I wrong or am I right?
Has he been consistently selling this year? I don't know.
I just feel like whenever we
that
take
tap
Lodolo, he poops down his leg. So I kind of want to get ahead of it
He's been
and take the
fine.
Twins.
Yeah, he's been fine. I like the Twins. I like them.
The Mets are plus 153. No thanks.
No.
I do kind of want to go back to the Rays against the Orioles. They did lose yesterday, but I'm partial to going back to the Rays. I believe they're going to be on today's wagers tweet. Other than that, in baseball, dude, not much that I really, really liked. I wish I got more involved in this Dodgers-Padres series, but it's just, I don't stay up that late anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that game's going over. Kolek Sheehan, give me that over. 9.5.
What do you like today in the MLB?
I like that over. I like the Giants ML today. I like the over in the Cardinals White Sox game. Sonny Gray versus Sean Burke. I feel like that's a high total for those two pitchers. And the Cubs are winning today.
Ooh, Cubbies.
My prize picks of Sench might be in that game.
You like the Cubbies today?
Yes.
I was looking at the Club World Cup. Don't really like a lot of those, by the way. Not really loving the plays in the Club World Cup today. I don't know if that's just me, though.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't even know fucking half these teams.
Well, it's really big teams playing those Saudi Arabian teams that have like sneaky players that you haven't heard of in a long time.
Yeah, like Wydad, Casablanca.
Yeah, but they'll have like Jorginho Wijnaldum on them. I'm not even kidding. Like one of the teams has the guy Milinkovic that used to play for Lazio.
Okay.
He's playing on one of those, if you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We do play Saudi Arabia tomorrow, by the way.
I'm sure we're massive
In soccer.
faves, aren't we?
Only minus 185. Yeah. Yeah.
Taking the Saudis.
Yeah. I am going to take the England under 21s to beat the Germany under 21s. Just want to throw that out there.
Oh, am I sure the Cubs and Sox are playing today?
Josh,
What?
just throwing that out there, taking the England under 21s to beat the Germany under 21s.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. All right, let's do PODs. What are you thinking today?
I'm going to go
because I'm dialed in on prize picks today.
I'm going to go with that over in the Dodgers Padres game.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to POD.
Yeah, that Cubs game. It might be raining during that Cubs game. We'll see if it even plays.
I'm really trying to pick my PODs wisely because yesterday I feel like I sold people that tailed it. I just want to make sure I'm doing a good job. I'm going to go Taj Bradley minus 119 against the Orioles. Raise money line.
Okay.
Raise money line against the Orioles. POD. All right, Josh, my prize pick square.
I'm not going to give you my square of Sench anymore because it's literally 90% chance of rain like during the entire game. So.
Josh, are you ready for my square of Sench? Someone just quote tweeted my tweet about Kalen Carr and said, Yeah, she deadass might be the most hated by their peers since Jesus Christ himself. I'm retweeting that. That's the funniest shit I've heard in a long time.
That is insane.
All right. Josh.
Yes.
My prize pick square of century. My prize picks square of century. Josh, I'm going to give you a hint. I have never seen a spot that I didn't like with Franny Lindor. More than 1.5 HRR. Francisco Lindor, 1.5 HRR.
So it's classic play of century from Mike.
Josh, go ahead and just go peep that fucking square.
Oh no, I saw it. I already saw it.
Go peep that fucking square, dude.
I already saw it.
Square of Cinch, Franny, dude.
I mean,
Franny.
I'm gonna go to a square that looks actually pretty similar. Go to Teoscar Hernandez.
Josh, Franny Lindor.
Yeah.
I haven't given out Franny in months.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
In eons.
I know for a fact you've been taking him though. There's no chance you haven't.
So frequently, dude.
Give me
so frequently.
Give me Teoscar fantasy more than 5.5.
Dude, I might have to go on BTL today to give them my square of year.
Do it.
I might just have to pop in and just go square of year Francisco Lindor and then pop right out.
Do it.
I might have to squeak onto the BTL Sharp Report just my face one play, Franny Lindor HRR. You know, they have the plays. I might have to squeak on the BTL Sharp Report.
You should ask him. You could probably squeak.
And then I might have to squeak on the Surge Stream 6-man with Franny Lindor. I might just have to put reputation on Franny Lindor today. I might have to put reputation.
You should go, at least, I think minimum, you go on Surge and put reputation on Lindor.
For sure.
Like at least
I might have to squeak. I might have to have Lindor squeakage.
Yeah, you might have.
Sorry, who are we even pairing him with? You can't even take that by itself.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Okay.
Fantasy, though. 5.5 fan.
Okay.
You know who I want to take so badly?
Just look at that, dude. There's never been a spot. There's never been a spot of Lindor that I haven't loved. And now you're telling me that there's a spot that I love with Francisco Lindor?
Never seen a spot he hasn't loved. And now you're telling me he's in love.
Teoscar, you said?
Teoscar. I got no other plays.
Dude, this is literally one of those days where I go, I don't care what the fuck you put Franny with because I'm turning green. Like, I don't give a rat's baguette.
Will that be placed? You probably just place it individually too.
If you guys also want some other weird squares that I found, Michael Harris and Jose Ramirez, J-Ram, have some really weird squares up today. Those are two that I really, really like. I think I'm going to put Franny with J-Ram too for a little two-piece. Lauren said Duran HRR. I don't hate Duran either.
I kind of like, I'm not going to take it, but Jameson Williams less than strikeouts is a whale today.
Ooh.
4.5, dude. He had 7 and 5 last 2 games. Give me a break.
Josh, TPC Riverdale starts tomorrow.
Yes.
What do you think about Max Homa less than strokes?
We'll see.
About Tommy Fleetwood less than strokes?
We'll see.
What about Ludwig Aberg more than strokes?
No.
What about Colin Morikawa more than strokes? Fucking bum. Dude, Ricky's up for 68.5. That's pretty low.
It's probably a par 70, I would assume. If all these guys are down at 68, yeah. I would assume it's
Colin's up for 67. That's a free more than.
Harry Hall, less than 68.5, might be donk of Cinch.
Wow. Is that your donk?
I love that guy. Yeah, it might be my donk.
Wow.
Should we just get out of here?
Yeah,
we got nothing else.
No, for sure. I just wanted to, I just need people to also take the England under 21 squad today.
Yeah, I'm actually in on that with you. I'm in on you with that.
I'm taking it.
All right.
I'm literally taking England under 21's money line. Leave the fuck. leave the fuck.
I said Jamison Williams. Yeah. No, Jamison Tyon. Maybe I did say Jamison Williams.
Lauren sent me a 4-piece to share the people. Garrett Crochet more than strikeouts. Duran more than HRR. Judge more than fantasy. Quan more than HRR. I like it.
Sweet.
Only
All right.
thing missing is Lindor.
Chat
Chatamus.
will be.
Me and Lauren are doing night sweats tonight, chat.
I'll also be there, I think.
Josh also gonna be there.
Potentially.
Can you just be there?
Potentially. I might have to do something. Potentially.
No, you should be there.
I might actually have to do something.
Fuck.
It wouldn't be like a leisure thing. It'd be like I have to do something. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be on night sweats. Sweating Lindor.
W's.
Also, probably playing maybe college football. Josh and I are going to brainstorm after this
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
about potentially doing something. So we'll see. But make sure you tune in to night sweats.
Okay.
All right, Chad, we end every episode the same way with a little bit. I can end it with a little bit of Mikey Core. I found that it's been really helpful to me, at least, to do this kind of stuff. Hopefully, you guys appreciate it too, somewhat. But I wanted to read something to you guys that I saw the other day. I gotta find it really quickly. I apologize. Hopefully you guys had a great start to your week. Hopefully everything's going okay. We made it to hump day. That's always the hardest day of the week. The hardest day of the week to make it to. Hardest day of the week. It's actually a verse from the Bible. And as I've said, I'm not a big push religion on people. I think I have a very casual relationship with religion. But I think some of the quotes can be very, very useful and applicable to everyday life. And I think this one was really nice from Matthew 6. I saw it on TikTok the other day. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. And I think the reason why I wanted to read that one to you guys is we've talked a lot about just being where your feet are at. And I think too many times we miss out on things in life because we're so worried about what's to come, or we're so worried about the things that we're not doing, or we're so worried about the things that are going to happen that we miss out on the things that are happening in front of us. And I think just that message of being where your feet are at. You might have a view of the mountaintop where you want to get, but if you don't focus on where your feet are and what steps you're taking, you might trip on the rocks that are in front of you. And I think it's so important to be present. And it's something that I'm really trying to do in my personal life and in my professional life, is just being present. It is so easy to ruin something by worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. It is so easy to ruin something that is in front of you by worrying about things that have not even happened yet. And I just challenge you today on a Wednesday to just be where your feet are at. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. Be present, be where your feet are at, and just take one step forward for me. I know how hard it can be to take a step forward in life, and trust me, you guys have seen me take steps backwards more times than not. And I think that's just the reality of the human experience. You know, we're not sharks. Sharks can't swim backwards, so they have to constantly be going forward. I think the unique thing about the human experience is that we can take steps backwards. We have the ability to have a bad day that can kind of set us back. But I think what we've learned through doing the show, or at least what I've learned through doing the show, is the real strength comes from the attempt of taking that step forward and going, you know what? Things aren't going great for me. I'm not in a great mood. Maybe woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but I'm going to attempt to bring a smile into work today. I'm going to attempt to be a better person today. I'm going to treat the people around me really well. And you know what? Maybe my battery runs out and I'm a dick to somebody by accident. Or maybe I'm not as happy as I should be. Or maybe my attitude comes through, but at least you tried. And I think that's where you can pull your strength from, is that effort of just trying to be that better person. And I think through that effort, we're going to be better people this time next year because we've at least given that effort every single day. And I think the thing we learn about effort is the more you try every single day, the easier that thing becomes. So do me a favor, be present, be where your feet are at today. Try to take a step forward. Know that I love you. If you haven't heard that today, I love you. Thank you guys so much. Since we have some extra time, I want to thank you guys so much for giving us your time every single morning on the morning after. It means the world. It means the world that you guys have real jobs, real responsibilities, kids, small town guy gifting 5 subs while we're splooging. Let's go, small town guy. But it means the world that you guys have real responsibilities, potentially real families, real jobs, and you give me, Josh, and Lauren your time every morning. I know how valuable that time is. I know how valuable that time is. Trust me. And it is not, I do not take it lightly that people show up and watch this show. I do not take it lightly that you guys support the show. I know sometimes we can say some off the wall things, but I want you guys to know that it means the world that you give us your time, because that's the most valuable thing we have in this life is time, and we don't get enough of it and we don't get anything back. Hopefully we made you laugh. Hopefully we made you smile. Hopefully we made you go, man, that was worth it this morning. Hopefully if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, I did us justice with my little rant. But I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know that you guys show up in these streams and watch us every single morning. I love you guys so much. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go tune into BTL right after this. All you got to do is refresh it. Goots is hot on the trigger. So don't worry. They're going to be right up right after this. I love you guys so much. Have a phenomenal, phenomenal day. I'll see you on Night Sweats tonight. That'll be that. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. I love you guys so much. We will see you here tonight on Night Sweats and tomorrow on TMA. I love you guys. Peace, 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 peace.